While you were watching something else, the Cubs and Dodgers arrived in Tokyo. They had workouts preparing for the season opener Tuesday. Live coverage on Fox. Javelin throws, unique training, and a lot of eyes in Tokyo this week. Here's Dave Roberts on what to expect.
It's really exciting because we know that almost every morning, in the middle of the morning, the Dodger games are broadcast here in Japan. But this is our first opportunity to come to the country of Japan, the city of Tokyo, and to actually see Japanese people come support us in their home country.
This is just an amazing life experience. So it's hard to find a reason to be in any way negative about this. We get to do this, and I think that puts you in a place of just gratitude, and we're lucky. You know, a lot of the Japanese greats have had very unique batting stances. And who's to say that my stance didn't come from the Japanese greats?
Very good.
That's good. That's good.
It's going to be so much fun. And I know that there's a lot of attention being paid out there. Of course, Dave Roberts is born in Japan, so I know it's a thrill for him. This is the 10th time that Major League Baseball has had an opening day outside of the continental U.S., right? Japan, Mexico, we've opened in various countries over the years. It's getting bigger all the time. And you have some first-person perspective on this.
Yeah, 2008, I was part of the Tokyo series when I was with the Red Sox. We opened up against the Oakland A's, and Matty, Craig Counsell said it right. You get to do it. It was such an experience that I absolutely loved. Yeah, my video camera out there. There's Uke. I got to find that footage right there. I've never seen that footage before. That was my camera. But look at Big Poppy. He's got the moss on his head. Petey was coming into his MVP season. But it was an incredible trip. And one of the greatest, Daisuke Matsusaka had a good buddy that was a big money guy, right? He owned an incredible restaurant in Japan, in Tokyo. They shut the restaurant down for us, dude. It was like me, Veritek, Alex Cora, Mikey Lowell, Kevin Cash, bunch of guys. This is what they said. They said the guy went to market and got a $50,000 piece of Matsusaka beef. Cut it up, Matty. You could eat it with a fork.
Kobe beef?
It was better.
Harold, shut up. Stay on the plane.
You cut it with a fork. It was incredible. I mean, it was like a 10-course meal. It was one of the greatest nights ever. But that was part of my experience of being there, and I'm sure these guys are going to have that experience too of going out and getting to enjoy Tokyo. But the fans were incredible too, Matty. The fans were incredible. They got beating those things every I don't know what those.
Well, they got the organized cheering section.
The Thunder Sticks. The night got in for one at bat, a little 4-6-3 piece. That real nice. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I couldn't even move my neck. Next thing you know, I get a curveball right there from Embry. I'm like, I'm gonna hammer this pitch, and I rolled over on it. Unbelievable. But it was incredible.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was an incredible
players.
experience.
Great for fans, too. I mean, what a way to open up the season. The energy there has got to be off the charts. And, of course, we had Dave Roberts on the show a couple days ago. Yeah. He told us that Shohei and Roki Sasaki and Yamamoto are hosting a private dinner for the players at an undisclosed location, and you know it's going to be the same experience that you had,
It's going to be incredible, yes.
Here's Ohtani on bringing his boys in blue to his homeland.
そうですね。まあ今までもたくさん素晴らしい選手っていうのは。
It's hard to tell if this is the golden age for Japanese players here in the United States because I know there's been a lot of Japanese players that came before me, but having 5 is a big deal.
そうですね。とにかくたくさんの方が。
I really feel the excitement of the country with the games being played here. So, and obviously I'm looking forward to pitching in front of the fans as well. So I want to do my very best to make sure that I do that.
昨日も日本
It makes me very happy seeing my teammates, especially at the party yesterday, take a lot of interest in Japanese culture and just enjoying the whole event. So I've very much enjoyed it.
そうですね。アメリカにいる時はあんまり実感してなかったんですけど。
So it didn't really hit me when we were in the U.S. of how it was going to feel until we came here, and everybody's been enjoying it. But also ever since we've been at the field, just watching my teammates' faces, and they look ready. So I think everybody's enjoyed it, but now they're looking forward to the actual games.
One of the questions being asked about Shohei Ohtani, as we just heard a rip sound from the Japanese players, 5 of them, as we heard, that are going to be in the Tokyo series this year, is when is he going to pitch? This from Fabian Ardaya. the Shohei Ohtani pitching story. Ohtani said he wanted a little bit of a breather mentally and physically from his pitching rehab, which is why he has slowed down on that front. Said all was going well with his rehab there, but it seemed necessary to slow down the pitching for now. Interesting note. I don't know that we take any pause out of that. I think it's understandable that maybe he just wants to get back to hitting and prepare for opening day. The pitching stuff's going to come down the road.
Yeah, and the rehab for pitching's a lot too. You know, he's coming back, he's getting healthy, but there's also probably some rehab stuff he's still doing to keep his arm strength and all that stuff. And getting ready as a hitter is a full-time job. So I don't know how he does in the first place, let alone coming back from Tommy John. But They are so loaded in pitching right now that Shohei just stepping back a little bit, I don't think it's that big a deal.
They are loaded. That's a good way
loaded.
To say it. Let's change teams here and go back to social media. This from Ian Brown. Rafi Devers said today he will do whatever they want me to do, end quote, meaning the Red Sox. And I would imagine that he had a nice conversation with Alex Cora about the role he'll occupy this year. Let's listen to some sound.
We spoke already, and I'm good to do whatever they want me to do. I'm here to help, and they know where I stand, but I'm just ready to play. I'm not going to share what we talked about here, just because, you know, those are private conversations. So I told them everything of my point of view, how I see things, and they know that. For me, it's been kind of sad that I've been put out there as someone who's bad for the organization or not about this organization. But I've matured a lot during this, and I'm ready to move forward.
What's not to like? He's tremendous.
He is tremendous, Harold. We're all fans. Case, I'm just curious where you land on this. I mean, it felt like all along Alex Bregman hasn't played a moment at second base yet, and it just felt like he was going to open the season as their third baseman. Do you think Devers, when he's completely healthy, do you think he gets back to share reps at third base, or is he going to DH all year?
I think if Bregman ends up playing third base, I think Devers is going to end up DHing. I really do. And also, too, if you have Hamilton at second, who's a good player, you got Christian Campbell, who's sitting there right there as a prospect. But I think Devers, if he decides that, if Alex Cora decides that's what he's going to do, I think Devers is going to probably DH most of the year.
Yeah, and I don't know what it means.
Think,
well, I feel like the only thing you're sure of is that he's going to DH to start the season. And then, you know, invariably somebody's going to get dinged up. Somebody's going to need to give somebody a blow.
Yeah.
I know this, that our researcher today, the great Eric Nays, told me that all three of their stud prospects homered yesterday.
Yeah.
Including Christian Campbell, who hadn't been swinging the bat much to start camp. It's spring training. Nobody's going to worry about that kind of thing. But when you're trying to play your way into the plans and give folks in the front office a chance to evaluate, when you start one for something, it makes it a little easier for them to say, maybe we send him to Worcester to start the season.
No doubt about it. When you're a young kid, you have to really make an impression big time early on in spring training. So, him not swinging the bats, you know, not helping him, but his home run he hit yesterday to right center, he looks like he's going to be a stud.
Yeah. One last Red Sox fact.
Who cares about the facts?
Oh, come on, Harold. This is a fact. Lucas Giolito will begin the season on the IL, according to Alex Cora. We're going to be tested right away. They're not the only team in the AL East dealing with pitching trouble and injuries. Grayson Rodriguez, we know all about Garrett Cole, Luis Gil. There are a lot of big-name pitchers in that division that are going to start the season on the IL. It's part of the reason why they took the betting futures down for who would win the American League East for about 24 hours, because nobody knew what was going on there with all these pitching injuries.
Yeah, well, man, that's exactly right. And the pitching injuries right now coming out of spring training, man, that's never a good thing.
It's what everybody wants to avoid.
東京ドームが震えた。まさにその瞬間、球史に新たな伝説が刻まれた。2025年、世界最高峰のメジャーリーグが東京にやってきた。東京シリーズ、この歴史的な舞台で躍動する侍たちの姿に、日本中が熱狂し、世界が息を飲んだ。彼らは単なる野球選手ではない。日本が世界に誇る英雄であり、現代野球の頂点に立つ神話の担い手なのだ。その筆頭は、やはりこの男、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースの大谷翔平だった。侍ジャパンから海を渡り、アメリカ大陸を制圧し尽くしたスーパースターが、故郷のマウンドと打席で再び奇跡を起こしたのだ。第一戦、観衆の期待をはるかに超える衝撃が東京ドームを貫いた。初回の打席、 大谷は堂々たる姿で打席に入り、悠然としたスイングで打球を天井すれすれの軌道へと打ち上げた。放物線を描くボールは、遥かスタンドの奥深くに突き刺さる特大のホームラン。観客は立ち上がり、歓喜と感動の絶叫が球場全体を包み込んだ。その瞬間、誰もが、大谷翔平、世界最高の男だ、と叫ばずにはいられなかったのだ。だが、それは序章に過ぎなかった。次にマウンドに立ったのは、今やドジャース投手陣の中心、元オリックスのエース、山本由伸だった。緊迫する場面での登板、重圧など彼には無縁だった。躍動感あふれるフォームから放たれる球は、まさに火を吹くような剛速球。打者の手元で鋭く落ちるスプリットは、もはや魔術としか形容できない切れ味だった。奪三振ショーを披露し、アメリカの名だたる強打者たちを次々と沈黙させる姿に、球場は大興奮。ファンは拍手喝采を送り、山本由伸、無敵のエースだ、と熱狂した。一方、相対するシカゴ、カブスにも侍がいた。日本が誇るスラッガー、鈴木誠也である。第4回の攻撃、絶体絶命のピンチで打席に立った彼は、大しくバットを構えた。強し速球を弾丸ライナーで右翼フェンス直撃の二塁打を放ち、カブスを窮地から救った。彼が見せたガッツあふれるガッツポーズには、ファンだけでなくチームメイトも燃え上がり、東京ドーム全体に、聖夜、ありがとう、の声が響き渡ったのだ。そして、カブスの二塁を守る吉田明星の華麗でありながらも超人的な守備も語り草となった。打者が放ったヒット性の打球を、まるで予測していたかのような鋭い動きで何度もアウトに仕留めるその技術には、専門家さえも、信じられないほど美しい、と舌を巻くほどだった。観客たちは彼のプレーに息を飲み、吉田こそが守備の芸術家だ、と簡単の拍手を惜しまなかった。またドジャースでは、若き期待の星、佐々木朗希も登板。球界最速クラスの球を次々に披露し、東京ドームの観衆を驚愕させた。投げ込まれた160キロを超える快速球に、相手打者はまるで手が出ず、佐々木がマウンドを降りるときにはスタンディングオベーションが巻き起こった。日本の未来は明るい。と球場が一体になり、彼の活躍を称えた瞬間だった。こうして、東京シリーズは侍たちが舞い踊る華麗な舞台となった。彼らが見せたパフォーマンスは、日本野球史に残る伝説として語り継がれるだろう。試合後、インタビューに応じた大谷翔平は微笑みながらこう語った。日本のファンの皆さんの前で、このような最高の舞台でプレーできたことを心から感謝しています。次はさらにすごい姿をお見せしたいです。その言葉に観衆は感激し、涙を流しながら、また必ず帰ってきて、と願いを込めた大声援を送ったのだ。東京シリーズの名のもとに繰り広げられた侍たちの戦いは、まさに日本野球の誇りを世界に示した歴史的瞬間であった。大谷翔平、山本由伸、鈴木誠也、吉田明星、そして佐々木朗希。この英雄たちは、もはや単なる選手を超えた存在だ。彼らが見せた魂のプレーの数々は、この先何十年も語り継がれるに違いない。球史に名を刻み続けるであろう日本人メジャーリーガーの伝説は、ここ東京から世界中に広まったのだ。彼ら侍が築いた新たな伝説は、これからも色あせることなく輝き続ける。その躍動する姿は、私たち日本人にとって永遠の誇りであり、未来を担う若者たちへの希望でもある。侍たちよ、ありがとう。そして、次なる伝説を我々は心から待ち続ける。